Imagine coming home after the longest, most exhausting day of your life. Your shoulders are tight, your mind won't stop racing. You push open the door, drop your bag on the floor, and then something small, warm, and soft presses itself against your legs. A quiet rumbling sound fills the room, and just like that, without a single word being spoken, something in your chest loosens. You exhale. You smile. You feel somehow like everything is going to be okay. That's not magic. That's your cat. And what's happening in that moment is far more profound than most people ever realize. Today, we're going to talk about why having a cat at home isn't just a lifestyle choice. It's one of the most quietly powerful decisions a human being can make. For their mental health, for their heart, for their entire sense of belonging in this world. Chapter 1. The Loneliness Epidemic and the Furry Cure Nobody Talks About. Here's something scientists have been saying for years that most people still haven't fully absorbed. Loneliness is one of the biggest health crises of the modern world, not just emotionally, physically. Chronic loneliness has been linked to higher blood pressure, weakened immune systems, and even shorter lifespans. And the world keeps getting lonelier. People work longer hours, families live farther apart. Scrolling through a phone at midnight is not the same as feeling genuinely connected to another living being. But here's where cats quietly walk in and change everything. When you share a home with a cat, you are never truly alone. There's always another heartbeat in the room, always a warm weight that might curl up beside you, always a pair of eyes that, in their own mysterious way, are watching over you. Studies from the University of Minnesota found that cat owners were significantly less likely to die from heart attacks or strokes compared to people without cats. Not because cats are magic, but because they provide something the human nervous system desperately craves: consistent, low-pressure companionship. No judgment, no demands, just presence. And for people who live alone, for the elderly, for anyone going through a painful chapter of life, that presence is everything. Chapter 2. What a purr actually does to your brain. Let's talk about that sound, that deep, rhythmic, impossible-to-ignore rumbling that cats produce when they're comfortable and content. Most people just think of it as cute, but scientists have discovered something genuinely astonishing about the purr. It operates at a frequency between 25 and 150 hertz, and vibrations within that exact range have been shown to promote the healing of bones, reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and calm the nervous system. Think about that for a second. Your cat is essentially a living, breathing, vibrating therapy device, sitting right there on your lap, free of charge, available every evening. When you hear and feel a purr, your brain releases oxytocin, the same hormone associated with love, trust, and bonding. Your cortisol levels, that's your stress hormone, begin to drop. Your heart rate slows. The tight, anxious part of your nervous system starts to quiet down. There's a reason therapists and hospitals are increasingly incorporating animal-assisted therapy into treatment plans. There's a reason veterans with PTSD, children with autism, and adults battling depression show measurable improvement when regularly interacting with cats. The body responds to a cat the way it responds to safety. And you don't need a clinical setting to access that. You just need a couch, a blanket, and a cat who has decided that today your lap is acceptable. Chapter 3. Cats teach children things no classroom can. If you have children at home, a cat isn't just a pet. It's one of the most powerful teachers your child will ever have, and it never gives homework. When a child grows up with a cat, they learn empathy in real time. They learn that another creature has feelings, moods, boundaries, and needs. They discover that the cat doesn't want to be grabbed or chased, and they learn to read the body language, to approach gently, to respect a living being's personal space. These are lessons that take many adults decades to fully understand, and children absorb them naturally, almost without realizing it. Research has shown that children who grow up with pets, especially cats, demonstrate higher levels of emotional intelligence, better social skills, and lower rates of anxiety. Caring for a cat also gives children a sense of responsibility. Filling a food bowl, making sure there's fresh water, noticing when something seems off. These small daily acts of caregiving build confidence and nurture a child's innate capacity for compassion. And there's something else, something harder to measure but impossible to ignore. For a child who's having a bad day at school, who feels misunderstood, or who just needs something to hold, a cat offers comfort without conditions. The cat doesn't care about the math test. The cat doesn't compare. Chapter 4. The invisible structure a cat brings to your day. Here's something most people don't consider until they actually experience it. Having a cat at home gives your day a shape. Before you had a cat, mornings were just mornings. Now there's a small creature who will absolutely, definitely, unquestionably be sitting on your chest by 6:30 in the morning demanding breakfast. And as frustrating as that can feel on a Sunday, that routine is quietly doing something beautiful for you. Humans are creatures of habit. We thrive with structure. And the daily rhythm of caring for a cat, feeding times, play sessions, grooming, the evening cuddle, creates a gentle scaffold around your day that provides purpose and predictability. For people who struggle with depression or anxiety, this is deeply significant. One of the most common symptoms of both conditions is the loss of motivation, the feeling that there's no reason to get up, no reason to move through the day. A cat dismantles that quietly and persistently because that cat needs you, and being needed is one of the most powerful antidotes to hopelessness that exists. Chapter 5. What your cat is actually getting out of this and why that matters. Now, here's the part that might genuinely surprise you. For a long time, people assumed that cats were essentially indifferent to their owners, that they tolerated humans the way we tolerate mild traffic, with patient, slightly annoyed resignation. Science has shown us that this could not be further from the truth. A landmark study from Oregon State University found that cats, when given the choice between food, toys, scent, and human social interaction, the majority chose human interaction first. They wanted to be with people more than they wanted anything else, more than treats, more than toys, more than their own independence. Your cat, in their own quiet, dignified, chronically misunderstood way, loves you. They have formed an attachment to you that mirrors the attachment of a young child to a trusted caregiver. They feel more secure when you're near. They are curious about what you're doing. When you've been gone, they notice. And when you come home, that press against your legs, that slow blink, that chirp of greeting, it's not performance, it's relief. And when you understand that, when you truly feel it, the relationship transforms. You are not just a cat owner, you are someone's safe place. You are the center of a small, soft, very particular universe. Chapter 6. The quiet magic of choosing to share your home. So why is it important to have a cat at home? Because loneliness is heavy and cats are warm. Because stress is relentless and purring is healing. Because children need to learn empathy and cats are patient teachers. Because structure saves us on our worst days and a hungry cat is the world's most persistent alarm clock. Because science keeps finding, in study after study, that cat owners are healthier, calmer, and more connected than people who go without. But more than all of that, more than the data, the research, the frequencies, and the hormones, here is the simplest, most honest truth. There is something about being chosen by a cat that changes a person.
Here, kitty.
Cats don't have to love you. They don't have to stay. They are not dogs, bred over thousands of years to need human approval. They are wild hearts in soft bodies. And when a cat decides that you, specifically you, are worth curling up next to, worth following into the kitchen, worth waking at 6 in the morning just for the pleasure of your company, that means something. That means everything. If you already share your home with a cat, go find them right now. Let them hear this. because they've been trying to tell you all along. You are not just their owner, you are their whole world. And that, more than anything, is why it matters.